Joining us now is a man who is also undefeated at a school that we used to be known for its basketball. Now it's quickly become, this is a football basketball school. Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, you can Google him. The only thing that's going to pop up is a very Italian name, and then his record. And guess what it does? Of the Indiana Hoosier football team, Curt Cignetti.
Yeah, Coach!
Coach, how are you?
What's up? How you doing?
Hey, listen, last week was chaotic. You were supposed to come to the Thunderdome, 100% on us. Coach got fired, conversation got moved, everything went crazy. Thank you for kind of, dealing with adversity with us and for making an appearance on the program, because we would like to say, since the moment we met you at JMU to what's happening down there just an hour and a half south of here, congratulations, brother.
Yeah. Love you, Coach.
Congratulations, Coach.
No. We're only halfway through the race, bro.
No. You
Congratulations right now.
You've done great things.
I get it. Hey, it's a pleasure to be on your show. Anything for you. A guy from Holiday Park. Do anything for you.
I love that. Pittsburgh guy, West Virginia guy, football guy. Obviously, you get the head coaching gig here at Indiana after the run that you go on at JMU. Obviously, JMU led to one of the greatest game days and greatest shows that we've ever had, and you blessed us with your time. When you get the head coaching job at Indiana, now I know we're only halfway through the race, but people in Indiana have no hope for Indiana football. They haven't. Like, it's a basketball school. How do you come in here this quickly and kind of change mindsets, change cultures? What do you think it is about your programs that you're able to win so quickly?
Well, you got to have a blueprint and a plan, and you got to work it every day, and it's a process. And I've been blessed. I grew up around the game. My dad was a coach, Hall of Fame coach, and worked for a lot of great coaches, learned from a lot of people. And, you got to work your plan every day. And it's about setting expectations, standards, accountability, having a process, a blueprint. But, in our particular situation, we walk in there and we got 10 offensive starters in transfer portal, half our defense. Now, they didn't tell me that in the interview, okay? And I made some comments out there publicly that I usually don't do when I take a job. But when I got here, I just detected this gloom around the program, this hopelessness. So, that night, the first night I'm here with basketball game, I said what I said. I had to get a reaction from the crowd, 17,000 strong, but I also had to set expectations, and what we were going to be about and get people excited. So, we recruited 22 transfers in December in 3 weeks. A lot of guys that were 2 and 3 year starters at the places they'd been in the past, high character guys that could play football, 3 seasons of productivity, good durability. And I felt like on the signing day, we'd flipped the roster. We needed a lot of new faces here. Oh. And then I got asked for the 15th time, how am I possibly going to get this done? And, I was tired. And that's when I put my head down and finally just said, look, Google me. Okay? I win.
It's one of the greatest. It's one of the greatest lines in the history. And then you go on to do that. And you talk about the gloom around a thing. You need to know, with everything you said and how you handled it coming to Indiana, these people needed it, and these people loved it. The Indiana people, pretty similar to Pittsburgh people, pretty similar to West Virginia people too. Hardworking people, they love ball here. Now, it was a basketball state, obviously. Indiana University basketball with Knight, and then basketball with the Pacers. It was a racing city. But then when Peyton gets out here and they really fall in love with the game, this is a football state. And all the Hoosiers fans were just waiting for a reason almost to be a football fan. Have you felt that? And they are very appreciative of you. I married into a Hoosier family, and boy, they absolutely love the fact that a football team is worth talking about, as opposed to just being good, just talking about. And you brought a lot of hope to a lot of people out here, brother.
Well, our fan base, without a doubt, is way over the top. Can't contain themselves right now. And we're selling out the stadium now, and they're making T-shirts and towels and all kind of stuff. And it's been pretty, it's been fun. I really couldn't understand why people thought it was so hopeless. I think any P4 program with the proper commitment from the top can be successful. Hire the right guy with the blueprint plan, the right people, players and coaches. And I felt like, would be pretty good, but we had to put it on the field. And, I was kind of surprised. First game of the year, we go out and play FIU. We got about a 3-score lead at halftime, right? come out second half, and like half the people had left. I was like, what's this? And I brought it up in my press conference. But every week after that, the stadium, more capacity, more fans, staying till the end. I mean, I really appreciate the support we're getting. We'll have a great crowd on Saturday.
Yeah, the text message you sent to everybody is a hilarious move, an aggressive move, but then to back it up and win the game, it's like you got it. Like everything you've said you're going to do, you do. And I think in Indiana, Hoosier people, they're like, this Italian has not lied to us yet, right? We should at least go support this guy, and they will. Let's talk about continuing to build out here in Bloomington. D-Bud got a question for you.
Yeah, absolutely building a monster, but you mentioned it. You've been around coaching football your whole life. It's kind of a new generation. I was recruited by kind of a hard-nosed, no-nonsense coach trying to build a football program at a basketball school, Randy Esu at UConn at the time. How has it been recruiting this new generation and kind of re-recruiting your own guys with, the transfer portal and everything that's going on?
Yeah, well, the influx of transfers really helped us. We brought a core group of JMU guys with us that had come from a championship program, knew how the program was run. They facilitated the culture change. The other transfers, too, had been from teams that had been in bowl games. The guys that stayed had chips on their shoulders, something to prove. So I saw the culture change in January. And, I'm a little bit old school, in my approach. But good players want to be coached, and they want to be held to high standards. And that's what we have here, a lot of guys that really want to be good. From a recruiting standpoint, obviously, the more you win, the more doors that are going to be open to you. The one thing about the portal is, we're a veteran team. When you look at us, I mean, I'm going to have to do this again next year.
Yeah.
But you still want to sign 15 to 20 guys a year and create the foundation of the house. So nobody in this program right now is satisfied. There's no warm fuzzies. Everybody understands they got to respect the process because, they're all a hero right now. But you don't respect the process and prepare the way you got to be to prepare to be the best you can be on Saturday, you'll be a bum next week. What happens Saturday is going to be next week's news. And they understand that and they get it.
They're patting you on the back to soften it a little bit so they can stab you. You said you're old school, and once again, perfect fit for IU because a lot of these Hoosier fans, obviously, Bobby Knight kind of taught them how sports are, and that's what they fell in love with. So I think a lot of Hoosier fans appreciate and can sense how old school you are. Now let's talk a little bit about how you operate. Connor has a question for you.
Yeah, Coach, with that old school mentality, what are your practices like? I assume you guys get after it pretty hard, at least a couple days a week, but what is kind of the weekly schedule when it comes to preparation for your games?
Yeah. Well, one thing about me is I'm kind of a time management efficiency kind of guy. Like I'll come in the office 2 hours before the coaches to plan the day and organize it so we're efficient. I'm a short practice guy, but we'll get done in an hour and 40 minutes. Well, most people get done in 2:15. I mean, when we're on that field, it's constant motion, a lot of reps. But I believe in keeping them fresh, physically and mentally, for Saturday. I mean, nowadays with MRIs, X-rays, they find everything. So you got to keep them healthy. And we got some areas we're not we don't have a lot of depth. Let's face it. So, we can't afford an injury in a place or two. But I like to get on and off the practice field. And we're the same way in the office. We come in, we get our work done. I don't make them stay till 10 at night. When your work's done, leave. You know what I mean? I'm in at 4:30 in the morning. I don't ask them to be. So I've got coaches on my staff been with me 9-10 years. My two coordinators, I hired them for $6,000 at the D2 level. Now they're Big Ten coordinators. And they'll be in high demand. But I've got a lot of people who've been with me a long time. But the players like the way we run the program because I think people don't like when you waste their time. Like, keep a guy in a meeting for 2 hours when you get it done in an hour and 15 minutes. Be on the field 2.5 hours when you get it done in an hour 35. So, but by the same token now,
gotta go.
We're going to hold you accountable. There's no BS. Like you buy in or you buy out. You know what I mean? But like I said before, good players want to be coached and they want you to develop them to be the best they can be.
Everything you said there, every player on this stage was like, hell yeah. That is exactly what you want to hear. Obviously, you're going to be hardworking during that time, but we don't need to waffle. We don't need to waste anybody's time here. We don't need to be desk watching this entire thing. Now, speaking of that, there is a couple added little adversities maybe that I don't know if you've had to deal with. How old are you, Coach?
I am 63 going on 42.
Nice. Hell yeah.
I can tell.
Well, I'm not 42 yet, so that sounds like 42 is a good age. So I still got a lot to look forward to because you're crushing it. AQ has a question for you about this new Big Ten world.
Yeah, Coach, the Big Ten obviously expanded west, and I'm just wondering, like, how does that affect your travel schedule? Are you guys able to go out on Thursdays? And do you think it's as big deal? I think you guys were the only win up until this past weekend out west. Do you think it's as big of a deal as they've been making out?
Oh, that's a good question. So I got a certain way I do things, right? And I've learned from a lot of people, but like I like to have our Friday walkthrough here and our meetings here, so the guys don't miss class in the morning. And I like to get to the hotel as late as possible. I don't like spending a lot of time in a hotel, and we'll get there, feed them, maybe have a quick meeting in the evening, and get up and play. So, you know, my weight guy and my director of football ops, they've got all these designs, you know, like go out Thursday, this is what you got to do. Well, I mean, we played out at Weber State, Utah State, some of those other places before, you know what I mean? No. We ain't doing that, guys. You know, we're going to get there as late as possible. Okay, we're going to wake up and we're going to play the game and we're going to come back. That's what we do. We got to the hotel about 8 o'clock at night, right? Ate our meal, went to bed, woke up, played 3:30, kicked their ass, and came home.
Coach, you're the best, man.
Love this guy.
Me too.
Yeah.
I am so thankful you stopped by. You know, obviously game day has eyes on Bloomington. And if that was the case, we'd be so incredibly lucky to get a chance to experience Bloomington with you at the helm of a football team that is a true dog in this 12-team playoff hunt in the Big Ten. We appreciate you, Coach.
Thanks, man. We got a lot of work to do.
I'm tired. I got to fly to Eugene. I got to fly to Berkeley. It's an hour down south. Let's win. We need to win.
I hear you, bro.
You're the
I
best.
know you're tired of traveling. I got to get you out my house, too. You got to see this house I got. But anyway,
hey, money goes a long way in Indiana.
Yeah, we got to have 3 great days so we can get her done on Saturday and get you guys down here.
All right. I appreciate that, Coach. I can't wait to see you and would love to see the house, too. Head coach at IU down there on that lake. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, are you on the lake?
I got a pool, a hot tub, a tennis court, a basketball court, putting green.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, head coach at Indiana, Curt Cignetti. Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, Coach.